Sup guys, welcome to my Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered review. First of all, let's get the elephant out of the building, or whatever that saying is. This is the least impressive remaster I've ever seen. Basically, I'm going to show a video. It's going to be a 10-second clip of just side-by-side that IGN put together. It's basically the same game. It's the same game with higher textures, well, higher quality textures, so they just re-import the textures in and put up the quality. And they also removed the ugly fog that was there before. With that out of the way, I'm basically just going to be reviewing the original game from 2010, but from a 2020 perspective. I somehow missed out on this while growing up, and I've been looking forward to playing it ever since, and I thought the remaster was the perfect time to try it out and see if it was actually any good, because I remember it getting very good reviews, so I thought it was probably pretty good. The concept of the game is very Need for Speed, but as soon as you get into the game, you find out it's just Burnout with a Need for Speed logo on it and name slapped on top. The game's presented two modes. There's cops versus racers. In the racer mode, you can do a time trial, race, and a mode called Hot Pursuit, which is a race or time trial, but there's cops involved and the cops will try and chase you down and try and crash you out. The racer mode can be fun, but the rubber banding and AI is so bad that they will crash out at least like 3 times a race, and they will still keep up with you and try and keep it competitive, even though if you crash out 3 times race, you will also win the race. So there's literally like, if the only way you lose a race is if you try to lose a race. And the time trial modes are way too easy. Like you'll get gold on the first try for most of them, apart from a few where it's like a hypercar and you need to go really fast. But those are so far in between that it doesn't really affect my review. It's basically, they should have done bronze, silver, gold, platinum. There should be a platinum class. There may be a platinum class after you finish it all, but I'm not sure yet, and I didn't look it up. But I assume there's not, because otherwise that should probably have been in the game. Like, it shouldn't be unlockable. Moving on to cops mode, you can pick between rapid response, which is just the cops version of time trials. You can do interceptor, which entails you crashing out 1 or more racers while using the tools and powers that they give to you, and you have to do this within an allotted time slot. So it'll give you like 3 minutes to do it, and then you have to crash out all the races before that time. And then the last mode is called Hot Pursuit. Again, for some reason they did make up a new one, and it's literally the exact same as interceptor, but instead of having a time trial, it's basically the length of the race that you have to crash people out. And basically, if you crash out 3, you get a bronze. If you crash out 5, you get a gold. That's basically all it is. The cop mode is definitely the better of the 2 modes available, and it can be quite challenging sometimes if the AI don't crash into a wall or get stuck on something. If the AI do work, it is quite fun, and it can provide quite a few hours of entertainment without getting stale. The AI do crash out a lot more than they should, which is a big problem. When you're having an entire mode in your game where you need to chase down racers, it kind of sucks if they crash out by their own mistakes. The level design in this game is incredible. It's exquisite, and each track has its own look and feel. And the only drawback, there's a big drawback, is the fact they did a semi-open world type of game. So you'll drive a track forward, then you drive it back, basically, multiple times throughout the game, which does cause the great tracks to get stale, which is kind of sad. And I do kind of wish they just did tracks instead of doing stupid open world thing. Overall, I think it's a really good Burnout game, and I see a lot of the foundations for the run, Need for Speed the Run, on here. I do think it's more of a 6 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10, like it got when it was first launched from IGN and loads of other websites. But if you look at it from the 2010 perspective, it was one of the first racing games, apart from Trackmania, who obviously did it first, to actually properly implement multiplayer into their game and have it actually be fun. And that's the reason I assume it got such high ratings. To round it off, if you have the original version and you don't really care about online, there's no reason for you to buy this. Unless it's like €5 on sale in 5 years' time. There's no reason for you to buy this. This is the same game. It looks better. It looks like a single toggle up in your graphics settings. So I wouldn't recommend you buying it if you already own the original game. And basically, if you have EA Play, play it. If you don't, wait for a sale. That's about it. It gets a 7 out of 10 because the gameplay is very fun. It does get stale because it's the same game. It's very limited in what you can actually do, but it does. But the gameplay that is there, the foundations, is very good. So it gets a 7 out of 10. You throw it down to ratings. It gets a wait. Don't buy now. It gets a wait for a sale from me. That's what I'm going with. It gets a wait from a sale from me. So yeah, this is your boy Vmancool. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Please do. I need those subs. And yeah, like, subscribe, and share. And this is your boy Vmancool, and I'm reporting out.
And I don't know why I'm riding first name like my guys.